You want to create finally some decent backspin or reverse pendulum, stop focusing on the wrist. It is important, but it's not the key concept to do that. Make sure that you follow through fully with the arm swing of the technique to make contact in the right position to create backspin. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video, as I'm going to do my own reverse pendulum serves to show you how I do mine, so you can see my spin, you can see my consistency, my work rate every single time I do a serve with different spin, speed and locations. Hope you enjoy the video. Hi there player, I'm Coach Eddie and welcome to Dublin Table Tennis. Before we start this, to become a member, all you have to do is subscribe. So yeah, go hit that subscribe button right now. It's somewhere down below. It helps out the channel massively and pushes me forward to create these videos. If you have a suggestion of a video, leave them in the comments or any questions. I answer to absolutely every single one, 100% of the time. But yeah, so this video, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna discuss the 5 big mistakes that people do in a reverse pendulum serve with contact, with rotation, with spin, with even holding a goddamn racket wrong. It's, Jesus Christ, you got me clapped, people. Now, before we jump onto the table, I'm going to show you the first thing that people do, and you need to start doing this correctly. Otherwise, I don't even see how you can create any good quality spin on your reverse pendulum. And that is how to hold the racket properly, okay? How to hold it properly. I've done extensive 2 versions on how to hold the grip. Link in the description, especially click on link number 1 to show you what you need to do and what is the correct way of holding the fingers. But I'm going to run through a quick summary right now. Put your hand like this, put the racket that you want to face it. So this is gonna be my forehand side. I'm gonna put it like this, okay? These 3 fingers, 1, 2, and 3, we're gonna shut down into my hand, and then you're gonna rotate flat. And that is how you hold for the reverse pendulum, and also for pendulum grip. If you want to find a bit more sturdy effect and feel to your racket when you do it, make sure you put this middle finger here on the blade part of the racket and rubber right here on the wing, okay? That way, when you rotate, you have a lot more, stability in your spin. So, yeah, this is the way to hold it. Stop holding it any other way. This is the correct way. Number 2 is the correct wrist usage. Wrist usage, what? The correct way to use your wrist to create spin, to generate that effect of a high quality ball. Most people, what they do is when they hold it like that is, first of all, they also hold it too tight. They hold it way too tight so their wrist can be used, but you have to rotate your wrist all the way. It's the reason you hold like this, so you can see that blade part doesn't actually hit your wrist. See that? That's why we hold that way. So when it comes into effect, the racket is twisted, rotated in full effect, and use it. Don't just come in and just, come in and stop. No, follow through with your wrist, okay? Use your wrist in full effect to create as much spin as you possibly can with your rubber. Don't get lazy, don't get complacent, please. Number 3 biggest failure of why people can't provide or produce backspin on a reverse pendulum serve is they think it's in the wrist. No, wrist generates the spin, right? But if you want to do a certain spin on the ball, what's the first thing you have to do? You have to make the correct contact. And that's what players don't do. They think that, if they do this and they're trying to generate backspin with their wrist, and it kind of goes slow, but still goes, a little bit of a curve, they're like, well, what's happening? Like, why can I not create it? It's because you're not placing the ball under.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The racket under the ball. So when you follow through, ignore the ball. When you follow through now with your elbow, you have to make sure when you start up high, wherever you start, most likely high, that when you come in and before you make contact, your elbow is down. Like your elbow is in this ready position, meaning when you switch back to your grip, you're in that ready position to do the chop or the forehand topspin, okay? So when you finish, make sure the elbow is down to make contact and then create a backspin. In slow motion with the ball, you throw it. So the arms up, just for beginners reasons. You throw the ball up, ball's coming, you're coming down, boom. The ball would land there with the elbow being down, and now you can use your wrist to generate spin. Number 4 is to create a fast, spinny, speedy serve, an ace level, what you see in tennis, right? Now most people's mistake is they snap at the ball. They think if they snap at the ball, the ball's going to jump quickly through it. It can happen. It's almost like a bad habit practicing. You can do it, you can throw off a player once or twice, but that's what you're not supposed to do to create an ace effect of a fast serve. And for the love of God, do not try to extend your arm, whatever serve you're doing. Extension kind of helps with the follow through of locating the ball in specific placement, but with speed, it won't work. What you have to do, whatever serve, and especially reverse pendulum, you have to come in quick, right? But when you make contact, whatever you want, whatever spin you want, your contact with the follow through and spin has to move the same wavelength, meaning that if you come in fast, you make a sharp follow through over wrist and finish it fast as well. So it's one quick hand motion, like a magic trick, swift of hand, is that even a thing? But you know what I'm trying to say. You have to make a nice smooth motion, swing to it. Make sure that the contact is quite low, otherwise the ball will jump up and just look rubbish. Now number 5 is on a topic that I've actually covered by a subscriber's comment, is how you return back into position, link in the description. But this brings me to number 5, and that is that you need to rotate back. Most people, when they attempt to serve, they serve and they kind of like, okay, I kind of fluffed my lines. What I'm trying to say is, like, when they serve, they stop and then they move. No, as with a fast serve, you have to rotate and move in one swift motion, like so. Yeah, a bit high.